this is Stampy, and welcome to a Minecraft Let's Play video, and another video inside of Stampy's lovely world. Hello, Polly Reindeer. Polly, yes, save the snowballs. Save. We need lots and lots of snowballs. In fact, I have snowballs that I can throw back at you for once. They travel very slowly. Did they always used to look how hi Polly. Look how slowly they fly through the air. Ooh. That actually might become important because the minigame we're building does involve throwing snowballs at people. And if they fly like that slow, they might be too easy to dodge. But that's something that we can play around with a little bit later on. But first, I'm of course going to go and have my breakfast. Nom 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 nom. And by me, you can join me. And before we go and head over to the Funland to continue building my cake collector minigame, I'm going to go and head down to my love garden to let you all know who it is that I am adding to it today. And that person is Octalion. Octalion. I think that's how you pronounce it. And the reason I'm adding Octalion is because they sent me this picture of a really cool anime version of Stampy Cat. And I just love seeing all of the different art styles that people do when they're drawing Stampy. And this one was an especially cool one. So thank you so much for doing it. And welcome to my love garden. Right then, Barnaby? Is he up here still? Sometimes you look up here and they just poke their little nose around. Hopefully if I run to the doghouse, he is going to teleport behind us. There's these salesmen, they just show up everywhere, don't they? They're just literally inside of my house. Normally you get door-to-door salesmen where they come and knock at your door. They don't even wait for that. They just walk right into your house. They're like, buy things. Please buy things now. Buy all the things. I'm like, no. Stop it. Get out of my house. You weren't invited. Right, anyway, Barnaby, you can sit down there. And Corey, you can stand up and you can join us. And let's go down to the secret base. And we're going to go and teleport over to where we were building. And there's actually some changes that have happened with the mini game, some new features that we are going to be making the most out of, and all will be explained once we arrive there. But first, I need to go inside of my there teleporter and teleport over to the Funlands. Let's go press the button, and off we go. Okay, then I think we should now have just about arrived at the Funland. Corey already here waiting for me. And let's go over to the mini game that we've been building. So if you didn't see the last episode, or if you did and you either forgot what the game's about, or you don't remember, or you just didn't care, or you weren't listening, then let me explain what the game is. So it's using a trident, and it's a trident with loyalty. And if you throw it, it comes back to you because it's very, very loyal. But I found a trick where if you kind of dodge the trident, you can kind of make it spin around you like this. So you're going to be endlessly keeping this trident spinning around you. You can even eat bread while you do it. Or maybe you can't because you slow down too much. But basically you're going to be doing that. And then there's going to be people in towers trying to throw snowballs at you to basically try and mess you up a little bit. Making it so that you aren't able to keep the trident from being picked up. And while doing that, you are going to be collecting cakes, which are going to be fired out from all of these giant cherries, which are going to be at the top here. So that's the general idea of the game. And we got this whole giant thing built already in the last episode. And so today, we're trying to get all of the functioning stuff working. But those of you that did watch the last episode will remember we had a bit of trouble with this long bit going down here, where we just kept getting the dimensions wrong and building walls in the wrong place and stuff. But we have finally got it absolutely perfectly done with the way the original design was. And now we need to destroy the entire thing because I've changed the design. And this is actually the first time. Yeah, go ahead, Polly. You don't wait for me. Just start smashing. So basically, this is the first time this has happened. And I know this would have been a while for you. But while building this minigame, the Never update came out for me. And I added a new block, which I will show you. Oh, actually, let me get out of... Oh, dear. I knew that was going to happen. A new block came out. Or a new item. I guess it is a block. Called the target block. And that's not it. That is wooden planks. That is not what I meant to do. Let's make a crafting table. And this is just my platform for my crafting table, my very special... Why won't it switch? Switch. There we go. Right, so basically, I can make a target block. And to make it, all you need is hay blocks and then redstone. So they're super cheap to make. And basically, you can place them down. And sorry for those of you that know what these are, because they're kind of old news now, but let me just explain the way they work for those that don't, because they are relatively new still. So yeah, basically, if I shoot an arrow at it, or throw a trident at it, it basically sets off this redstone signal, and it will be stronger depending on, like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, Polly, stand next to me, I'll protect you. Oh, I set him on fire. Did we get him? I think we got him. I love how Polly was in danger. She just runs to me like, help! You're the one with the enchanted diamond sword, help. So yeah, basically, I realized that these are just going to work way better than what my original plan was. Because my original plan was to have this whole big long area, and then at the bottom, there'd be like a load of pressure plates, and you'd kind of throw it, and like, because there's so many pressure plates, you'd probably hit one of them. And it worked, the old idea, but it just wasn't very elegant, and it didn't look very nice, and basically, the target block is exactly the item that I needed when I started building this game, but it wasn't in the game yet. And so, I don't know, maybe Mojang was somehow hacked into my realm, and they saw what I was trying to do, and they're like, ah, Stampy needs something. Let's add an item in to help him out. I think that's probably what happened. And so, what the new design is going to be, it's instead of like this really long walkway, there's going to be another cakey themed tower. And then there's going to be a cherry on the top of the tower. And it's worked out, hopefully, that if you aim your trident at the cherry and then throw the trident, it will always hit the target blocks. And there's going to be two target blocks, just because tridents aren't 100% accurate. Sometimes they go a little bit higher, a little bit lower, a little bit to the left or the right. So I've added two just for safety, but it basically means that no matter which one of them you hit, it is still going to set off the redstone. And I know it's horrible breaking away all of this glass, but I was kind of tempted just to keep with the original idea. And I was like, you know what? This new idea is better. Seeing as we haven't built anything properly yet, let's go and do the new design. So yeah, let me show you how it's going to be. So here's the middle here, by the looks of it, by the judging where the cherry is. So we need to go 11 blocks this way before, no, sorry, 14 blocks this way before we start building. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it's 14 in the middle, and then this first block is going to be here. God, it's so hard to see the little black outlines on the dirt there like that. And then, yeah, this is going to be a tower, which is going to be 5 by 5. So let me just kind of mark out how this is going to be. Excuse me 1 second, Polly, like that. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then this is going to make our box. So yeah, this is going to be the size of this tower, but it's going to be quite tall compared to the other towers, because this is going to be 11 blocks high. And then the targets are just going to be a few blocks underneath that. So I think before I build in the whole tower, I'm going to place in where the targets are going to be, and then kind of do the redstone while we kind of have a clear space just to make things easier, and then we can go and add in the rest of the decoration. So first, let's build the tower. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then the top one is going to be where it's all going to be cakey. So I guess we'll fill that in with the white for the icing now. And then let me go and try and add these targets in. So they need to be 2 blocks underneath. And it's quite important you do this exactly right, because if it doesn't line up properly, then it means that everyone's just going to keep missing the targets when they try and throw at them. So it's kind of good to try and make it so it fits in like this, just to make it a little bit more consistent when everyone's throwing their tridents, because tridents aren't the easiest thing to aim in the world, or I am bad at aiming them is another way of putting that. And then yeah, the redstone behind this area is very simple. Basically, I need to, I always say that, I always say it's simple and it never is, but I do genuinely think the bit behind here is relatively simple. Basically, we need to just make it so that whichever target you hit sets off the redstone, and also where on the target you hit, because of course, as I said, if you hit closer to the center of the target, then that means the redstone is going to travel further. So you need to make sure that even if they hit at the very, very edge of the target, it is still able to set off all of the rest of the redstone. So, all right then, let's go and start filling this in. So we're going to have a simple trail of redstone. So this block needs to go in line with the top target. I've surrounded both places where it needed to be before I got it right, but there we go. So that is going to be there. So if you hit the top target, that will set off that redstone. Then if you hit the bottom target, that will set off that redstone. So all I need to do now is link up these 2 trails of redstone. So we can just kind of go down there and then round to the side like this. And so this just means that whichever target I hit, then this redstone is going to be lit up. And then now, what I could do is add a repeater, but there isn't really much room to add a repeater. So instead, I'm going to make it so that this redstone sets off a sticky piston. And the reason for this is that sticky piston is then going to knock down some redstone, which is going to set off the rest of the trail. So let me just do a little test before I go and build way too much and find out that it wasn't working. Let's just make sure this is working, and it is. So let me try and hit the top target, make sure that one works as well. So there we go. So basically what we've set up now is whichever target gets hit, that is going to knock down this sticky piston. And then this needs to set off some redstone, which I think can be like all the way down here. So if I put redstone there, this can like start off a trail of redstone, which is basically just going to go under the ground here. So it doesn't really matter which way you do this. There's actually enough room just to do a very simple trail of redstone down through the ground. I guess if I go down... Oh, wow! That was terrifying! Right, let's go do a bit of an extermination. Oh, got some ice down here. Spiders and creepers and stuff. Literally directly underneath the block I broke. Oh, I wonder if they were there, like, sensing me through the floor for ages to try and track me down. That was terrifying. Right, let's dig this away down here. I think this is where the redstone trail needs to... Please, don't start there. I want to get out of here as soon as I can. So, most of this area is lit up down here. The area that isn't lit up for obvious reasons, because it would all melt, is where the ice is. So that's where the trouble's going to happen. That's where the deadly skeleton trio is showing up from. Let's try and very quickly dispatch them. I'm kind of tempted to use my trident, but I kind of want to save it because that's the only trident I have with good durability and the loyalty enchantment on it. So I kind of want to save it for as much as I can. And it is about to become night as well, so it might be a good idea to sleep as well. So Polly, right, we're gonna have a building break. Let's go. I have actually set up some beds after the last episode where progress was severely hindered by all of the googlies showing up everywhere. I have now added more torches, and I think it would be a good idea to sleep before it gets too dark and all of the googlies show up. So yeah, let's get to bed and then we will carry on building in the morning. So this is basically the tower that I was building done in terms of all of the mechanics. But of course we have all of the rest that we need to link up. And God, I spent so long building this tower. I really don't have much time to build too much of the rest. But I'll hopefully get at least the start done, and then we can kind of come back in with the next episode to try and get the rest done. And I ran out of orange wool. Oh, Polly, as soon as you've been destroying a bunch of stuff, do you have any spare orange wool that you could... Oh, didn't even finish my sentence, and we're so in tune. We've been building together for so long. She just instinctively knows whatever I want. Right, so this redstone needs to go down there. Let me just do another quick trident test just to make sure this is all getting linked up. There we go. So yeah, that is going straight down there. So it's all pretty compact. I could have actually made it more compact than it was, but I think if the tower was either like too thin or like too like rectangular, it looked a little bit weirder. So I've actually kind of made the tower bigger than it needed to be just because I think it looked a little bit better. So it's also quite nice the way all of the redstone can just very easily go under the ground. I always like hiding the mechanics for these mini games, usually as much as possible, unless those mechanics are directly part of the game. So it's kind of nice that you just shoot the tower and then you don't see anything else, but then suddenly everything else that needs to be set off will happen at the same time. And yeah, everything else that will happen. So basically, when you shoot the target, it will fire out a cake around all of those cherries, and that is also going to be the thing that will release the player. And it is also going to be the thing that's going to be giving snowballs to all of the players. So everything is going to be linked up with this one single trail of redstone. Then there's just going to be a button on the cake somewhere, which is just like an off switch as well. So that's all going to be pretty simple. So this, I think, needs to go out one further in this direction. So this is going to be the top of the cake done. And then the most important part, and I will test this in a moment, is going to be the cherry. So there's going to be a cherry right in the middle here. One, it's important because it makes it look more like a cake. Also, that is going to be the thing that you are going to be able to line up your trident with, just to make sure that you do hit the target every time. Right, I'm going to take a bit of a dangerous fall down here, just because there was no other easy way for me to get down. And let's go and fill in the rest of this tower. And then, yeah, I think this is just so much more elegant and probably more consistent. And also... like, it doesn't matter so much now because we have so much space everywhere, but it also means the minigame takes up less space. And as I said, I'm not running out of space in the same way that I was before, but it also just means the minigames can be a bit more compact in together, and it just saves us having to like sprint for ages to get to all of the new minigames. So I always generally try and make the minigames only as big as they functionally need to be, unless like I'm going for some major decoration and kind of part of the minigame is how big it needs to be. So I think kind of using the new mechanics and doing it like this works really well. I've kind of run out of orange wool again. Polly, would you want to fill in the last little gap? And oh yeah, the snowballs set it off as well. Does work pretty well. So yeah, if I throw this at that, as you'll see, it will light up the trail of redstone leading down here. So all I would need to do is like, oh no, don't do it, don't. Polly, are you? Oh, there's another one. Is there any more? Polly, get out of there. Are you okay? Polly, go over, lie down. Polly, go over, lie down. That's you can have the rest of the day. Yeah, build yourself a little dirt home, and I'm gonna go down here and see what the damage is. Oh, there's a witch here as well. Of course, and I've been poisoned. It's brutal. It's brutal right now. Luckily, there isn't too much that we would need to do down here, and it didn't destroy any of the important redstone. It kind of just destroyed this little extra trail that's going off to the side here. No, I'm going to die here. I gotta run away. Or I'm just going to get out this ladder here. So, you know what? All I would need to do is just link up that last little bit. Let's just say I want to leave, for my own personal safety, I want to leave that bit where it is, because I literally now have half a heart, and I could be sneezed on, and I would collapse on the floor. So, oh dear, right. Let me test the cherry on the safety of the giant cake. Let me test how the cherry works. So if I line this up with the cherry, that should mean as I throw this, it hits the targets. And oh, it hit the... Yeah, this glass can go. This glass doesn't need to be here. So this was originally going to be the way to line up where to throw the trident, but that has been made redundant now. Now we have the target system. So, right, let me go back in the middle. And it should also mean that no matter like whereabouts you stand in this area, it should be consistent enough that you always hit the targets. So if I throw that... There we go. It hit the target, and say if I threw it like a little bit higher, like right at the very top of the thing, it would just hit the top one. And even if I aim like right down, like basically underneath the cherry, it still hits it. It basically gives you, unless you're very, very, very bad, and I think I'd probably be the worst that there is in it, you're always going to end up hitting the target when you go to throw down the trident. Look at the mess that we have made here. This is ridiculous. And Polly's little home that we have there. So, right then, I think what we do, because I won't have any time to do like the rest of the redstone here, I think I'm going to block off this area and light it up just so we don't have to worry about the googlies. And then we go and get the rest of the redstone linked up. Like rather than trying to rush and try and get it all done quickly now, I think I'd rather take my time and make sure we get it all working completely functionally. But yeah, this is cool. This is my first time getting a chance to use the target blocks, and I think they work absolutely perfectly. So... well done, target blocks. You did very, very well. And well done, Polly, as well, for destroying the whole thing that we worked so hard to get working right in the first time. And then we ended up completely redoing it. But hey, if you want to improve, sometimes you need to scrap the things that you were going to do before. Oh dear, that was a bit of a stressful end for the episode, but hopefully you enjoyed it. So as I said, in the next episode we will be back, and then I think in that episode we will hopefully pretty comfortably be able to get all of the rest of the mechanics for my cake collector minigame working. But for now, I want to thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye!